and Terry Gordy, who were vehement. When Steve Dr. Death Williams was injured just a few weeks ago, they wanted that match to happen. We have one set of rules, and all the wrestlers will follow them. Let's go back in time, ladies and gentlemen, before we tell you about this hour, and join the closing moments of the tremendous battle between Terry Gordy and the one-man gang. Controversy, it was tremendous controversy. Let's go back in time and rejoin the closing moments. Report from the dressing room that they were just getting ready to take him for medical attention. But you can tell quite obviously he is in a lot of pain here. And with the most coveted single title in this sport on the line, this is going to be quite an interesting situation.
Hey, you can just, turn the music off. You can forget this title belt, camel breath, because there's no way that my brother, I got to take him to the hospital right now to get x-rayed because of what's going on is there ain't going to be no title match.
Are you saying that Terry Gordy will not wrestle and defend that belt tonight?
There is not going to be a title match. He is not wrestling. He cannot.
Hey, man, what's wrong? You ain't got no guts, Freebird! Looks to me like you lost your nerve, Gordy. You better put up or shut up. You too, Michael. You put up or shut up. Hey, we've come out here week after week and demanded this title match, and I intend to have it.
Boy, it's a tense situation, ladies and gentlemen, right
Hey,
here.
boy, I've had more guts than you ever dreamed about having, boy. Come on up.
Bam Bam is a fighter now.
He is not wrestling. He's not
Telling me that there will be no championship match with Gordy tonight?
I'm telling you, he is not wrestling. No match.
He is not going to defend the
He
title.
is not going to defend it.
Well, Tommy Gilbert is going right by the letter of the law.
You cannot do that. He didn't even beat him.
He was supposed to wrestle.
A forfeit victory for the one-man gang. He is the new Universal Heavyweight Champion. Now, later in the hour, we ran out of time, but we did show you a portion of the steel cage matchup. What a phenomenal collision that was. Hacksaw Duggan was really jumped by Devastation Incorporated. Forced into the cage, no referee. Now let's join the closing moments of the steel cage match last week. Hacksaw Duggan certainly has a big score to settle with one-man gang. They'll get it on in the steel cage. And Terry Gordy and Michael Hayes, Ernie, at ringside, and Gordy still incensed at the way he lost the Universal Heavyweight title.
Well, without a doubt, I would be upset too because that is the most prestigious title in the universe today. And this tape would probably go down as the greatest 1 hour of wrestling in the history of wrestling.
Terry Gordy fighting Michael Hayes. He's making his way to the ring. And Hacksaw Duggan also on his way to the squared circle. The steel cage matchup. And now Michael Hayes and Hacksaw Duggan is breaking down. Gordy's arm, you can just barely see in the screen. Gordy's arm was slammed shut. And Duggan is slamming the big ham shut on the face of Michael Hayes. But the steel cage door was slammed shut on the arm of Terry Gordy, who has got a tremendous injury here. Hacksaw Duggan. And Wild Bill Irwin and Brown attacking Duggan. This cage match hasn't even started.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Brown and Irwin just slammed Duggan right face first into the steel cage.
Must say Akbar has everything going exactly the way he has planned. He's got it all going his way, if nothing else.
It's flesh against steel. And the match hasn't started. It's scheduled to be Duggan and the gang inside the steel cage. There you see Leroy Brown opening the door. They're shoving Duggan in the cage.
Now
and the gang taking over on Duggan.
Falls, New York, at 280
And Duggan has been
Hacksaw
lacerated.
Jim Duggan.
They're shutting the door. And they're not even letting the referee in the ring. This is no cage match.
This is unbelievable. This is a massacre. This is unbelievable. Why don't they get the referee in the ring or something to stop it?
Irwin and Brown are physically carrying the referee out of the ring area.
I can't believe it. It's unbelievable.
And Duggan has been busted, and I mean, the claret is flowing on Hacksaw Duggan as Tommy Gilbert's being carried out of the ring area. The gang assaulting Duggan. He wants to end it right here. He knows Duggan would like to have a shot at that title, but there's more than titles at stake here. This is no championship match. It's man on man.
I personally don't believe that the one-man gang want to win the match. He want to end Jim Duggan's career. No referee in the cage. He's planning on ending Jim Duggan's career right now.
Remember, everyone, it was the one-man gang on May 30th in Houston, Texas, that came so close to ending the career of Hacksaw Duggan. It was the one-man gang who stood in Duggan's way, who prevented Hacksaw Duggan from becoming the first Universal Heavyweight Champion. And
everyone that the Freebirds of old would emerge, and when they did emerge, the Birds would be back like no one has seen them before. He said they have been in this position on other occasions. We know what that means, as Buddy Roberts and Michael Hayes with double bulldog headlocks. And look at Hayes calling the big man, and he is a monster. Angel of Death. What are they doing here? They just ran Fulton's head right into the head of the Angel of Death. Now this man's 6'7" and a half and 322. And look at Rogers' head just banged into the head of the Angel of Death. And both Fantastics have been busted open. The referee seems to have lost a little control in this as the Freebirds have opened up lacerations, and I mean deep lacerations, on the Fantastics. The Freebirds of old have emerged, and they're here to put people out of wrestling. Bobby Fulton is bleeding profusely here on the UWF. Tommy Rogers has been busted open. The Giant Angel of Death with the Freebirds, and they're all pounding away on the Fantastics. The referee has lost control quite obviously in this one. The Fantastics have never got out of the box. They were cheap shotted by the Freebirds. The Giant Angel of Death with them, and this is annihilation. The Freebirds with a double suplex, and Fulton is hurt. Fulton is out of it. And look at the Giant Angel of Death. He just threw Rogers all the way out over the top of the concrete. The Fantastics are being decimated. Look at the claret flowing. The referee's calling for the bell. The Freebirds, I've never seen them this brutal, this sadistic in my life.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know that Eddie Gilbert's alleged blindness was a hoax, and we've recapped those last few weeks involving that situation into this feature. We'll see the Fantastics and the Missing Link right after this.
This past week, Dark Journey and the Missing Link deliberately threw yellow paint in my eyes and the doctors have said it. I'm blind, and I may be blind for the rest of my career. And I can't wrestle tonight, but Ken Massey, if I could wrestle you, I'd beat your brains out, boy.
Oh yeah, all the times before when Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert came up with the greatest plans in professional wrestling, oh yeah, all the plans, the one that stole Missy Hyatt's heart from Hollywood John Tatum, and now the one that Jim Ross and all you people right now watching Hot Stuff and Missy Hyatt are trying to take credit of knowing that I was not blind. Well, what I can't figure out, Missy, is where were all these people? Where were you, Jim Ross, when the Missing Link and Dark Journey were down at ringside? When I led them in to my little plan. When I led them in to the scheme. Am I not smart? Is that the reason why you're with me?
Of course.
And Dark Journey, the referee now, that's what I'm saying about these girls at ringside. They can't keep their composure. The referee having to, look at Missy stick her tongue out. Steiner throwing the Missing Link now. Missy Hyatt, Eddie Gilbert had just hammered and is hammering the Missing Link with that chair right to the side of the head. Gilbert's not blind, we knew that. Gilbert with that chair, and he's
leveling the missing link on the side of his head, hammering his ear and the side of his head with that chair. The referee's calling for the bell. Gilbert trying to get rid of the missing link and leave Dark Journey all by herself. Gilbert was never blind. He had that irritation, I mentioned that, but he was not blinded. And now Steiner gnawing away at the ear of the missing link.
You see, Missy, the reason behind the plan is now. Missing link. I want you to listen good, or tell Dark Journey to tell you. When you're laying in the hospital bed or in the old folks' home, brother, and when Dark Journey is all alone now, that's gonna leave you, Dark Journey, and this lady, and you try to put one of your nasty, screaming little fingers on her, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna knock your teeth right down.
Just wait a minute, Mr. TV announcer. Everybody knows since One Man Gang's been in the UWF, he's been beating up on people. Well, sooner or later, it had to come down between me and you, One Man Gang. And tell you the truth, I don't have the most patience in the world, and I'm sick and tired of waiting.
Hey, Hacksaw Duggan, who wasn't scheduled to even wrestle on television here, he has had all he can stand of the one-man gang. There's a challenge. Look at Buddy Roberts. He just bopped the gang right in the eye.
That's right. He's trying to break it up. He's a big-hearted guy, Jim Ross. Look at this. Duggan is saving one-man gang from the beating of his life. That's right.
Buddy Roberts hit Duggan and then ran away.
He's trying to break it up, Jim. Trying to break it up. There he goes again, trying to break it up. Hey, 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 what is this?
The gang and Duggan. Boy, what a brutal physical feud this is. Any way to get it settled, there's someone going to get hurt in this situation. Look at Buddy Roberts. There goes the referee. The dressing rooms are emptying here. They're trying to get Duggan and the gang separated.
I don't see how they can. These two men want to get at each other bad, Jim Ross. Whoa!
There goes Mike Reed all the way out to the floor. The ring now is Buddy Roberts surveying the action somewhat. The one-man gang is hammering people. Hacksaw Duggan is hammering people.
They're hitting everyone just to get to each other, Jim Ross.
Whatever it takes for Duggan and gang to settle their situation once and for all, that's what's going to happen.
You know there's some pain being inflicted in that huddle. Fists are flying.
Duggan with those big grade A hams. They're trying to get Duggan away from the gang, and likewise with Akbar trying to get his people, get the gang out of the ring. This thing is really broken loose.